Hi, everybody. It's time for our week ahead spread for Monday, March 9th through Sunday, March 15th. Now, with our week ahead spread, we have our standard three questions. What do we need to think about this week? What do we need to do this week? And what is the challenge that we face this week? So, let's get started, shall we? First up is what do we need to think about this week? For that, we drew the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is talking about making a major decision, but it's making a decision logically, not emotionally. Now, Spirit is also telling us that it's important for us to listen to our inner voice, to listen to our intuition, so that we can make that logical assessment, make that logical decision without letting our emotions overrule what it is that we're deciding on. There are a lot of things happening in the world right now, a lot of things that people are now having to weigh one side to the other side and make a decision about what's the best option, what's the best way to go. For instance like this, you want to make sure that you are thinking logically, that you are listening to your intuition tell you what is the best choice to make. You don't want to make an emotional choice. So then that leads us to question number two. What do we need to do this week? And for that, we drew the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands is talking about uh, defending your beliefs, standing strong in your convictions, standing up for what you believe in. So as we look at the Two of Swords and we start making the decisions of what am I going to do? Which way am I going to go? What am I going to believe in? The Seven of Wands is there to remind us that it's important for us to defend our beliefs. Now, does that mean our beliefs don't change? No, of course not. As new information comes in, it can make a big difference into what our belief system is. And then we make changes. But basically, with the Seven of Wands, it's just telling us that we need to be willing to stand up for what we feel is right, to stand up for what we believe in. Um, this can go across just about any genre, any type of instance or incident that has occurred. And then as new information comes in, we're there to logically incorporate that information into our brain so we can then know whether or not we need to make changes, maybe shift a little bit one way or the other. Um, but it's an action. It may not be an actually physical thing that we have to do, but it's a mental action of, okay, this is the decision I'm making. This is the direction I'm going to go in. This is how I'm going to handle it. And so that's where that works together. And then the last thing we have is what is the challenge that we face this week? For that, we got the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles, usually stands for an older person, someone that you look to for financial advice, financial wisdom, um, somebody that's kind of been there, done that, so to speak. The King of Pentacles represents someone who's worked hard and now they're ready to relax and enjoy the fruits of their labor. They're ready for their retirement. They're ready. Boy, howdy, are some of us ready for retirement? Um, they're ready to enjoy what they have earned, what they have worked hard at earning, so that when they get to a certain age, they know, okay, I can kick back now. I can let the younger generation come in and start taking care of everything. I've got, what I've worked for, and I'm going to enjoy my life and do what I enjoy doing, whether that's traveling or golfing, enjoying your grandchildren or your children if you had children later in life. Um, there are a lot of different things that can symbolize what we want to enjoy when we get to that latter stage of our life. Um, he also represents, how did they put it here, a symbol of great success and wealth. And he's more than willing to use his financial wisdom to help others follow the same path that he took, or at least follow some of the same advice that he can give them so that they can create their own path, their own way to deal with everything. Now, usually you can tell the true measure of a man or woman who is at this stage of their life by their willingness to actually help those coming up behind them. Mature individuals who are confident in what they've done with their life, they're confident in the knowledge that they possess. These are the people that are usually more than willing to work for the younger people who are coming up in a company or an organization. They're there to help give the advice needed so that the next generation can start creating their successful path into their life. They're there with sage advice and wisdom. They're there to help them understand how to make wise decisions when it comes to their financial portfolio. I wish like hell I would have had somebody in my life when I was 20 explain to me the importance of creating a financial portfolio for when I'm up into my 60s, because I wound up starting it all really late in life before I realized how important it was to do that. So part of our challenge is, if you're an older person, you're kind of at that stage, you're ready to retire, or you're getting really close to retirement, you've worked hard, you're ready to kick back and enjoy your life. The challenge that we face is, are we going to be the kind of person who then gives that knowledge and information to those coming up behind us so that they can create their own success, their own wealth, their own ability to build and grow and do the things that they enjoy doing? It's the very immature person who gets up in that stage of their life and they've got all their money and they're all set up, and they want to cut everybody off that's behind them. They're not willing to help anyone. They're not willing to give any advice. They're not willing to share anything. And so that kind of gives you the difference between a mature and an immature person. You want to be a mature person. Part of our challenge is to look at those two truths, those two decisions, that decision of those two options that we've got to make. What kind of a person are we going to be? Are we going to be a mature person or an immature person? Are we going to be a truthful person or a deceitful person? It all works together. And so part of the challenge is seeing and knowing that decision, logically and intuitively making the choices of what you feel is best. And if it's someone you hope like hell that they decide that they're going to be a mature individual who then shares the wealth, teaches those behind them how to come on up the ladder, whether if it's teaching or in the business world or cleaning house. I mean, a good housekeeper is hard to find, hands down. I know I've done the job in the past and realized real quick, this is not my kind of employment. I am not going to do this. Just wasn't going to happen. I hate to clean house. It's a chore that I despise. So it's important to know what it is that you enjoy doing and then making that decision. Am I going to share the wealth and be a mature individual and show somebody else how to choose their path and make their decisions so that they can move forward? Or am I going to be the immature person that wants to hoard everything to myself, not share the wealth, not share the knowledge, not share the shortcuts that maybe we learned along the way to help somebody else start achieving their goals? And so I think that's with everything that's going on in the world, all the instability, especially financially, and along those areas, it can be really, really difficult to choose the better path, the path less taken. Most people are willing to just cop out, go for the easy win, screw everybody else behind them, right? But a true, mature, intelligent, caring individual, they're going to teach those behind them and help them up the ladder as well, no matter what kind of career it is or what it's based on. I see that with a lot of people right now with the instability going on around the world. People don't know if they're going to have a job tomorrow. They don't know if they're going to have money in the bank tomorrow. They don't know if they're going to be able to take care of their family tomorrow. When you get to that point, that's when you start looking to those who kind of already achieved those goals. And you want to create that kind of relationship where you can learn from them. If you're that older person, then you want to look at those coming up behind you and be able to say, am I going to be the mature individual and help them up along the same way? Or am I going to be a spoiled, rich little SOB and hog it all to myself and hell with what everybody else thinks, right? So that's part of the challenge, is knowing and understanding what is the wisest choice to make. What is the choice that is going to help you sleep better at night when you go to bed? And so that's something I think we need to think about. There's a lot of, like I said, a lot of instability in the world right now. A lot of people are not really sure what's going to happen tomorrow or the next day. And so there's a lot of insecurity and worry that things are not going to go the right way. So that's why it's so important for us to be able to think it through logically and unemotionally. Check in with spirit, find out what is your intuition telling you to do so that you can make those right decisions and then move forward from there. And that's basically what I got for this week. I was sitting there making sure there wasn't anything else they wanted to add. But that feels like that's just about it. That's about where they want us to be. So it's making the wise choice. It's defending our position and why we feel the way we feel about things. And then it's being that mature individual who's going to reach around behind them and help the next generation go forward. When we do that, we become stronger people. We build a stronger family. We build a stronger company, community, state, country, world, fill in the blank. And it's those people who choose that path who are the most, I guess, comfortable in their later years, comfortable in their decisions. When you base decisions on what is best for everyone, not just yourself, but in helping others, that gives a kind of peace of mind that you don't get when you're the greedy SOB that hogs all the money. So I think that's part of our challenge, is to just look at what's going on around us, making the decision of what kind of person are we going to be, and then following through on that. So y'all have a great week. We will talk again tomorrow. Affirmation will be out in the morning. Lunch break musings when I go to lunch. And Draining the Swamp with Meldor tomorrow night. Arthur won't be able to make it with us, but he'll be along the next episode, or the one after that. So y'all have a great week. Okay, think positive, stay positive, stay true to your beliefs, stay true to yourself, and it will not lead you astray. That's the best advice I can give to anybody. All right, y'all have a great day, have a good week, and we will talk again tomorrow. Oh God, I got pop-ups everywhere now. Okay, here we go. All right, bye for now.